Hey y'all, welcome back to Pancakes and Pandemonium. All right, it is what's for dinner. So first up, I made this taco soup recipe. Guys, this is a tried and true recipe. Everybody loves it. And I don't know if you can tell by the hands here in the picture, but it is so easy. My husband made it. So here he is. He's browning the ground beef. And most of this is dump and go. I really like to brown the meat. I don't want it brown and crispy, just, enough cooked. And then I like to add the spices to the meat. They kind of toast up and cook up a little bit, and that gives this soup a really great depth of flavor. And after that, really, you guys, it is just dump and go. You add the corn, you add your drained and rinsed black beans, you add your tomato products. I really like to use crushed tomatoes. I just love their flavor, but you can do tomato sauce, and you can also do a can of tomato sauce and a can of diced tomatoes. Kind of depends on the texture you like. But I just, like I said, I really like crushed tomatoes, and not having chunks of tomatoes in there is good for my picky eaters because, heaven forbid, right? But yeah, you're going to add everything together in the pot. I'm using this multicolored corn. Well, my husband is, but any corn will do. I like to get like the super sweet or extra sweet corn if I can find it. Just a little tip there. And then, yeah, you're going to do your drained and rinsed black beans, your green chilies, oh goodness, what else? We've already added the spices, but if you didn't, you can add it now. Your chicken broth, and honestly, or beef broth. I use better than bouillon and water. It's just easier that way. And I don't even mix it up into a broth first, you guys. Like, I add the water and then I add the right amount of better than bouillon, and it works great. So, yeah, like you get everything added in. Oh, they are being so patient. But yeah, and I mean, look at that. Super easy. And then really you bring everything. The instructions in the recipe say to a boil, but you just kind of want it starting to boil. You don't have to boil it. And then turn the heat to like medium low, put the lid on, let it cook for 20 minutes. Voila, taco soup. And then of course you serve it with your favorite fixings and chips. We like Fritos or tortilla chips, and usually we just use sour cream and cheese and call it a day. You could also serve this Frito pie style where you do like Fritos and then you spoon the soup on top and then sour cream and cheese. Either way works, you guys. It is delicious, it is easy, and it's a family favorite. Also, you can make this in the crock pot. If you brown the beef or use like leftover taco meat, really you can just cook it in your crock pot for about 4 hours. If you start with raw meat, I would let it cook, 6-7 hours and make sure the meat gets cooked. But same steps, super easy, delicious, however it's prepared. Also, it is one of those soups that tastes better the next day. So leftovers are a must. Next up, we had 2 kinds of nachos. Those were part of a different video, so I will include those clips and the recipe links in the description box. Okay, and then we had our island chicken tortilla soup. You guys, this soup is easy, especially if you use leftovers like I did. But I have 2 big tips for you that make the biggest difference in this recipe. First off, put your oil, avocado, or olive oil in the bottom of your crock pot. Add your spices to that. I also went ahead and added my garlic and cilantro, like from the squeezy tubes, to it as well. You mix it and you make like a paste. This is going to keep those spices from floating to the top of your soup. Have you ever had that happen? Cinnamon floaties are not fun, and it distributes these flavors throughout your soup, and I'm telling you, they are magical. There's also cumin in this that you add to that paste mix as well. And it doesn't taste like pumpkin pie or like candy or sweets, I promise. And you use such minimal amounts of those. It is just really delicious, amazing flavor. So you get those mixed up and then you add your broth. The next big tip that I have for you guys, I promise it makes all the difference in the world, is use a fresh pico de gallo or salsa. Here I used pico that I had made the night before for the nachos, which was super delicious, and I didn't use jalapeno in it, so it didn't have a lot of spice. But Rumby's Island Grill, who this soup is modeled after, their Bahama Mama soup, they put fresh tomatoes in it. So using a fresh salsa and the lime and everything in there makes the biggest difference. You guys, this soup is amazing. I cooked it for 4 hours. If you use raw chicken, cook it for the 6 to 8. But then you serve it with Monterey Jack or mozzarella cheese and tortilla strips. I used the remnants left from Nachos of tortilla chips, but either way, they are delicious. This is such an amazing soup and it is unique. But guys, even my pickiest eater loves this soup. So you guys have to try it. I can almost guarantee that it will be a new family favorite. You definitely want to add it to your recipe collections. And don't forget, all the recipes are now linked in the description box. And I will include the pico and the Tex-Mex chicken that I used here as well, because they're part of the nacho recipe from before this. And then we have yo-yo night. Yo-yo stands for you're on your own, and we do set parameters, but it's just a good chance to use up leftovers and pantry staples like oatmeal packets and ramen. On this particular night, we also made a frozen pizza. We had gotten it for free thanks to Ibotta. And this is not sponsored, I just love a good deal. But if you want to try Ibotta, I will include a link to them in the description box. But thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. Please remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. And we'll see you soon. Bye.